we've started the journey from creating the platform. We have an app. We even have a magazine, that to the next stage, which is the television. So the TV today, has come. So I would say precept by precept, line upon. You buy a ticket. For whatever reason, an airline will wake up middle of the night, delay the flight for whatever reason, and then you'll be waiting at the airport for hours. You'll be there for 2 hours, 3 hours, no any explanation. Then while you're there, they can even wake up and say, oh, flight has been cancelled. So everybody carry their luggage and go home. Nothing happened. Of course, things are changing. We must commend government because government is beginning to wake up, but there's still a lot to be done. And we believe that we can help to make, bring about those right changes. So we offer deliberately, part of what we do is that we also offer advocacy. All right. We're not just an advocacy organization, but we offer advocacy. We have a legal team. We have lawyers that are registered on our platform. All right. That can also take up cases. Okay. So, and we've taken up many cases like that, and won those cases. So ConsumerHalla is a platform to help consumers we're not fighting brands, but rather we say we're bringing about an amicable, resolution of conflict, such that it will be beneficial to the consumers and also be beneficial to the brand. I remember the word of Jeff Bezos. Bezos is the founder of Amazon. He said that the most important single thing, all right, for an organization is to focus obsessively, use the word obsessively, on the customer. We often say that customers is a king. They should sit at the top of the ladder. In our environment, customers are the ladder. A brand wakes up today, decide what product to produce. They wake up today, decide how much the consumer should pay. They wake up to decide everything for consumers. So consumers are just at the receiving end, and yet they are milking the consumers. There's no price regulation in this country, none. People just wake up and fix prices. Look at the power. Government wakes up, we change policy, we wake up and we get people to pay more. We think it's time for consumers to begin to speak out. In speaking out, in engaging, we can get the brand to begin to do what is right. And of course, I know that the consumers themselves need to be educated. So our role, our vision also is to ensure that we educate consumers. We bring awareness. A lot of Nigerian consumers don't even know about their rights. You buy a product from a supermarket. I've had this experience. You buy a product from a supermarket, all right? For whatever reason, you take that product back to your house, and maybe something went wrong somewhere. By the time you take that product back to the shop where you bought it from, and you say, Oga, this thing, you know what's going to tell you? Oga, na me make am. Na me make am now. That's why I buy am. Meaning that there's nothing I can do to the product. So you lose the product, then you lose your money, because the money is not refunded. The product you can't use. Only in Nigeria. Only in Nigeria. Let me give you another experience I had. In the course of this, because I went around, in doing this. I was in US, I was in UK, I was in South Africa, I was in Germany, just because of this, to just study the environment. I was in a friend's house in UK, in London, and then what happened? We were going to go out, and he was going to dress up. So he said, to me, I was seated in his sitting room, So he said, oh, wait a minute, I picked up an iron, that's the pressing iron, 2 days ago or so from a store. Oh, let me try this, let me just stand, use that to iron my shirt and we can go out. So I was seated, the TV was on, I was watching. While I watched him, he brought out the pressing board, spread it out, brought the iron out in my presence, plugged in the iron, and then as soon as he switched on the power button, we just had a spark. Boom! Ooh. The guy was raged. Then he goes, what just happened? So he said, no, these guys are in trouble, they're in soup. I was thinking, what are you going to do? I was trying to compare that experience to what would have happened in Nigeria. In my presence there, he opened the pack. There was a card inside it. Inside that card was a call, number to call. And he called the shop or wherever he got the thing from. I was hearing the conversation that was going on. And all he said to them on the phone was, look, by the time he even called, clearly because they already, through the call, they could trace where he was calling from and who was calling. He said, yeah, I picked up this number, I picked up this iron yesterday, and guess what? I just plugged it to power, and then this thing just, stopped, didn't work. At the other hand, I could hear the voice, oh, we're so sorry. We're sorry about that. And they said, this is your address, yeah. Don't worry, we'll get you a replacement. All right. So my friend ended the call and dropped the. So I said, so what's going to happen? He said, don't worry yourself now. Shabi, we're here. They will bring a replacement. I said, they will bring a replacement. He said, yes. I said, they won't even try to check whether it was your fault, because it could have been your fault. Maybe you didn't do something well about the first. No, it can't be his fault. Shabi is a brand new item that he bought. While we were still talking, in fact, I'm not even sure it was up to 30 minutes or so, we had a knock on the door. He himself said he must be the dispatch person. By the time he opened the door, it was a dispatch man that was on the other side. And then the dispatch man was at the door. Just watched it. Was at the door. I was seated in the sitting room. The guy was at the door to meet with the dispatch guy. The dispatch man that brought the replacement iron, I heard him say, we're so sorry. So I was so shocked. I mean, a dispatch man, this guy is a dispatch, so also apologize. I was so touched by it that even a dispatch man was so trained, to tell the guy, we are so sorry. And guess what? He brought the replacement iron. By the time my guy opened the iron, it was a bigger size iron. So they replaced with a bigger size iron. The guy never asked for the one that went bad. He didn't say, okay, where is the other one that we gave to you so that he could take it back? No, he just bought a new one and gave it back. So I asked my friend, I said, can you interpret this to me? He said, here in London, if they didn't do this, they know the next thing I would do. He said, I'm just going to grab a lawyer. And I'm going to tell them they've destroyed something in my house. By the time I'm done, they will pay through their nose. Because the consumers are conscious of their rights. In Nigerian consumers, even those who are aware, won't even take the battle up. Everybody just go, what can we do now? Today they wake up and ban this. What can we do now? So we're going to change the narrative. We have to stand up. So the vision of ConsumerHallaTV is really to create an engagement platform that constantly mirrors the minds of consumers and provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria. Thus, we believe, we'll be forming part of that, our overall vision, of creating a more caring world of consumers where businesses thrive. So I think that we'll make our impact. We ask you to join us on this journey. ConsumerHallaTV will drive engagement. It will also be there to help to promote brands that are doing what is right. So we're not out to criticize any brand. Rather, we have to complement what the brands are doing, because there is no organization that or a business that was set up to fail. Nobody set up a business to fail. So there are just gaps that needs to be fixed. So together we can fix things, and together we believe that we will create the right story for consumers in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Hello consumers, you have the right to be heard, absolutely. So join us on the conversation, share your brand experience, where you tell us all your experiences about brand on the outer world via our YouTube channel every Wednesday from the hour of 4:20 to 5:20. You can watch us via our YouTube channel, ConsumerHallaTV, and subscription is free. Follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHallaTV. Share your brand experience. It's about storytelling. It's about experiences.
Hello consumers, you're welcome to another exciting episode of Consumer Voice on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Consumer Voice is a show where we'll be visiting different places in Lagos to check out people's preferences, hear what the consumers have to say about different leading brands that they make use of.
Hello, it's your boy here, Iremofeko Foworola, and you know what? They call me the AWUF General Overseer. Every day is a blessing, and it is meant to be enjoyed maximally with AWUF packages that put a smile on our faces. And guess what? That is why this show AWUF is for you. You can get to know about trending market slashes, promos, offers, and juicy deals that put a smile on your faces, and you can always enjoy them maximally. And you know one thing that is so interesting about this show? It is a blend of English and Pidgin. As I dey run you English, now I go dey marry am with Pidgin, make am spicy. So catch me every time on the show to enjoy more about trendy AWUF packages. Peace.
Public service announcement. Hello consumers, I am Kikelomo Ajibola, and welcome to the Scam Alert segment on ConsumerHallaTV. Scam Alert educates viewers about various scams affecting consumers. We learn tips on how to identify fraudulent activities and provide advice on protecting our personal information. We aim to raise awareness and empower viewers to avoid falling victim to scams. We cover various topics such as phishing, identity theft, fraudulent investment schemes, and many more. You want to catch up on how these scammers invade our lives? Join us every Tuesday by 12:30 p.m. for Scam Alert on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Subscription is absolutely free. And in case you're not following us across all our social media platforms, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok at ConsumerHallaTV. Don't say I didn't do anything for you this 2025. Bye.
Welcome to In the Marketplace. We are taking you on a journey behind the scene of Nigeria's most vibrant market, from the sight and sound of the market to the stories of the people who makes it thrive. We will be sharing the untold stories that brings this market to life. Join us as we explore the history, challenges, and triumphs of the market vendors. We will dive into the daily lives of the people who call markets home and uncover the secret that makes this market special. You will get to see the passion, energy, and dedication that goes into making this market success. Tune in to the In the Marketplace on ConsumerHallaTV on Thursday by 11 a.m. to experience the sight and sound. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media and on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Elizabeth Abefe.
Hello fellow consumers, are you looking for a program where we give analysis about brand and a program where we project the voice of the consumer? Join my team and I on Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box by calling on the program to get your issues resolved.
And in case you are wondering where Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box will be showing, please join us on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Subscription is free by 2 p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. every Mondays and Wednesdays. Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box will be airing and will be here to provide you any information on brands and also issues that you have pending for us to resolve. Also follow us across all our other social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok at ConsumerHallaTV. And that is why at ConsumerHallaTV,
You deserve to be heard. Hi everyone, I am Iri Ayomikunle Eke. Join me live on Perspective every Mondays to Friday from the hour of 9 to 10, where we have meaningful and engaging conversations about all the burning and pressing issues making the round. Issues related to our economy and consumers. It's conversing, it's relatable, it's beyond interview. We have expert analysts who gives updated analysis about all aspects of a conversation. Join the moving train by subscribing to our YouTube channel, ConsumerHallaTV, and do well to follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHallaTV. Stay informed. Thank you.
I am Matilda Omenai. The market today is where we visit different markets across Nigeria, Lagos, to check out the prices of different things, ranging from household items to foodstuffs to cosmetics, electronics, every other thing.
In a world of hustle and bustle, entertainment keeps us alive, and that is why at ConsumerHallaTV we ensure you enjoy all around 360-degree entertainment program. Screen Time is the show for you, where you enjoy top 5 countdown, celebrity of the week, exclusive interview, and other segments.
Don't mind him, he's just a jealous person.
Oh,
His new movie release, update, and screen time. I'm going to enjoy myself because this is my favorite time on the program. I get to recommend good movie for you, and I'm also waiting for you to recommend movies to me also in the comment section. Screen time is not just all about entertainment, it is relaxing and also educational. So that is why we are bringing to you Screen Time on ConsumerHallaTV. And in case you're wondering where to join us every Mondays by 5 o'clock p.m. at ConsumerHallaTV on our YouTube channel. Subscription is very, very free. And in case you have not followed us across all our social media platforms, please do so. We are begging you, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and also TikTok at ConsumerHallaTV. What are you waiting for? Click on that follow and subscribe right now.
And from the I to the R to the E to the M to the F to the E, my name is Iremofe Koforola, the man always clothed in wealth and strength.
And I am Kikelomo Ajibola. Toodles!
Hello and welcome to another edition of Mind the Gap. This is a weekly broadcast program on ConsumerHallaTV that helps draw attention to everyday avoidable gaps in customer service delivery with the overall aim of strengthening existing relationships between brands and their consumers. I am Iremofe Koforola and I am your bankable host. Our topic on the show is leveraging digitalization for brand promotion. In today's age, digitalization helps to bridge the gap between brands and their consumers. Digitalization makes a brand visible and creates room for engagement between brands and their customers. It helps understand consumer needs, drive sales, and prevent disconnection, hence building relationship between brands and their consumers. My guest, Peter Nwoko, is a man of many parts, but one that he wears outstandingly is being the creative director of Pinnacle Media and Tech. And welcome to the show. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so good. To begin with, in a general sense, what does digitalization really mean?
Okay. Basically, digitalization is about taking what you have already, that is in its let's say normal form, and making it digital. Here's the word digitalization. So what we are doing is we are taking it from what it was, from the traditional way, into a computer. Let's use that word, a computer system. Where you use the internet, you use your computer, you use softwares and all of those things and applications to now make what was in traditional form into a collection of binary stuff, like your I/O devices and all of that. So yeah, that is basically what digitalization is.
I love what you've said, and you talking about the traditional media, talking about the traditional format.
And now looking at it, because we all, I believe everybody, we in a way we understand what digitalization means, just to
Correct.
like break it down. That was why there was need for that. Now let's look at it in the practical sense. Now we are talking about leveraging digitalization for brand promotion. How has digitalization helped in brand promotion and awareness?
All right. So before, what we had with traditional media was television, radios, newspapers, and billboards. Well, maybe we can throw in flyers too. But now we have gone beyond that, thanks to the internet, thanks to computers. We are in the fourth industrial revolution. And that means a lot of things are now, as we've said, digital now. And so what it has helped brands, or how it has helped brands, is that they're now able to reach more people. They're now able to target their their consumers or their audience. They are now able to be flexible about the kind of content that they are creating. They are now able to create awareness. They're now able to have a relationship with their audience. You know, before, when you watch some adverts, you may want to change the station until the advert is done because you're not interested in the advert, or you may want to wait it out. But now they target their audience. And so if you're not interested in buying a phone, or if you're not interested in phones, someone who is interested in phones will see the adverts on their different social media handles, while you who may be interested in cars will see cars. So there's that targeted adverts, for their audience.
For the audience. I love that, the targeted adverts for their audience, and in a way it helps for connectivity,
Building
between,
relationships,
yes, between brands,
transparency too, between
yes,
brands.
between brands and their consumers. Now let's look at these. Or agreed, it is an age of digitalization. So let us, because you mentioned traditional media earlier, and now we are talking about digital media at the same time. So how can brands then, if in a way, blend or marry together traditional media into digital media for their promotion?
Okay. You know, there's something many of us we act like there's no traditional media is going down.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people believe that.
Yeah, but if you really look at it, if traditional media is going down, we won't have so many TV stations. We won't have so many. I mean, when I was growing up, the only radio stations I knew were Star FM, Ray Power, Rhythm. Like those are the major stations there. But now, if you tune your radio, you're seeing like 20 radio stations.
More than 20.
And you're wondering what's happening. But traditional media is supposed to be going down. So it's not going down. Rather, what is or what can happen between, like if they created a 2 minute advert, it is possible to repurpose that 2 minute advert into something shorter for social media, because our attention span when we hold our phones is short. Like first 13 seconds, if you do not hook the audience are swiped. You get, so they can repurpose what they've created for digital media to also function in what they've proposed for traditional media to function in digital media. So it is a thing of both of them working together. It's not like, oh, one is above the other. Both of them should work together. That's the best way that brands can utilize the strong points of both of them.
Yeah. So all you are saying is that traditional media is still relevant.
It is still very relevant.
Because some are of the opinion that now we are in the digital age, so it has taken over traditional media.
Because let me give an example now. When you see Rolex adverts, I hardly see Rolex adverts when I'm checking my account, right? Because I'm not there. I've not got into that. I've not got into
I
that.
can relate.
But when you watch TV, you're watching CNN now. I don't watch CNN like that. Like some people. But when
Yes.
those people watch CNN, they see Rolex and say, "Oh wow, that's a nice watch. I would love to have it." Or they see Polo, or they see another big brand like that. Now those big brands know who their target audience is,
Exactly.
and so if they are not able to, they also have their digital part too. But if they are not able to reach their audiences on
Through the
through
traditional media.
no through digital media,
Yes,
of course
yeah,
they will
that's
reach
true.
them through traditional media.
Exactly. That is the point. If they're not able, so both work hand in hand. So if you can't reach your audience through the traditional media, then you use the digital media. Then if you can't, you use the other media. So now we quite understand that both are useful. But now let's bring it down to, or let's narrow it down to digital media now, because we are more, our focus is more on digital media. What are the reasons some brands still fail to maximally integrate digital media for their advantage?
One of the reasons is that they do not understand the workings of digital media. You know, some brands believe that, oh, JB is just to post, it's just to create content and post. But there are different questions that you want to ask as a brand. What am I creating? Who am I creating it for? Why am I creating it? How does it get to the audience? You know, so what those kind of brands do, those brands that are not able to maximize the potentials of digital media, is that they fail to understand the workings of digital media. They are not able to, maybe because they do not have the right people to guide them, maybe because they do not have the resources to do what is, because I mean, we know what it costs to shoot a video. You know, if you do not have your equipment, by the time you rent your equipment, by the time you get the guys that will shoot, by the time you edit, now they may not have the resources for all of those things. So they just say, let me just go online and post. And then another thing is they are not is they do not know who their target. They just believe that they just have this like general view. Oh, I just want to sell this thing, but who are you selling it
No
to?
demographics.
No demographics, nothing. Who are you selling it to? What is their age bracket? Are they young? Are you targeting young people? Are you targeting old people? Are you targeting people, or are you going outside Lagos? Is it just concentrated in Africa, or are you taking it outside Africa? No, these are different parameters that should be considered when going the digital way.
So it's because they do not understand what
It entails the why,
the how,
the what.
then the what. So all of these factors are important when you want to market media for your competitive advantage, because we live in a highly competitive age. And if you just, like you said, the attention span is just
very short.
it's very short.
Few seconds.
So if you do not, I
If you're
mean,
not able to hook them within the first 6 to 13 seconds, you've lost them because you're swiping away. We're in the swiping age. Everything is swipe. So
now you're talking about the swipe and swipe. Everybody swipes. Trust in the minds of their consumers, that they always believe that, okay, everything they see through the lenses of the digital platform can be so trusted. So how can they build the trust?
that is where storytelling comes in. You see, storytelling is a very, very, very strong tool to use. That brands, we've seen different brands use storytelling, the power of storytelling to reach their audience. Now, what does storytelling do? Storytelling gives you that relatable feel. You see something, a brand, an advert, or a video, or a post, you're able to connect. There's that connection where, let me give an example. Aproko Doctor is a brand.
Yes.
You get. Aproko Doctor uses storytelling to pass his message across. You get. When he comes in and he says, Emeka, you understand.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the 1 minute, 2 minutes video, you've picked something. Or maybe
Personally, I confess.
maybe, oh, I need to drink more water. Oh, this headache is a sign of something. Maybe a sign that I should.
Things that could have been boring.
Yeah, he makes it interesting so that even if you're not interested, you want to see the end of the video. You want to know what he wants to say. So
And
you're
that
not
way,
swiping
trust is built already.
And if you notice at the beginning, he does something. He uses a hook that has you glued to your. So he knows his people. He knows who he's targeting. He knows how to craft a story of his brand that would resonate with the viewers. So storytelling is a very, very important tool when trying to connect with your audience, when trying to reach them, because you want to reach them at their pain points. It is where they have that pain points that you are offering your solution. So your audience needs to be able to connect, and in connecting, it would lead to lead generation, and then you now have loyal and staying customers, all because they have built a relationship based on the stories of this brand.
Storytelling is very powerful.
Very, very
And
powerful.
yeah, it just has to be relatable. And
real.
naturally, convincing that you see yourself in that story. That is very powerful. I love the analogy you used. Let's look at it this way. Now, data is very important. And each brand, everybody wants to be visible, and they just want to build that strong brand, visibility, that when you think of this brand identity, it comes to your mind. So there's no way we talk about digitalization that we cannot infuse it with data. Now, how can brands maximize the use of data to connect, in such a way that they build very strong brand identity?
Okay. First off, everything about us is data.
Absolutely.
Everything. And so for brands, like we said, we need to know the what. And so data helps brands to best know how they can reach their audience, how they can serve their audience, whether their campaign is effective or not. Data helps to know how many people they are able to reach, how many of them with their brand or their content, how many of them, that is basically what data does. It helps brands fine-tune. It helps brands identify where there may be issues that need dealing with. Because if a brand has a product that has been getting negative reviews, now that negative review is data. It shows that, this brand, this product is not performing the way that it should. Now you're able to know that it's not performing the way that it should because you already have something, like you have like a yardstick that you're using to measure. And when you say that the product is not performing as it should, what you do is, with the data you have, you go back to your drawing board to now say, this is not working. This is what worked. This is what we can try. So data helps us, or helps brands, make informed decisions about their next step, about how to plan, about how to strategize.
In a nutshell, data helps brands to plan and make informed decisions.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so beautiful. So as a brand, all that matters is maximizing the use of data to make that informed decision.
Yeah.
So this is getting very interesting, but it is about time to go on a quick break. We will be right back.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHallaTV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
At ConsumerHalla TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHallaTV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Follow us on our Facebook.
One of them, or the first one, is brands should have brand guidelines. And in these brand guidelines, you have, that's where you have the color, the brand color, you have the font, you have the logo, you have
Your trademark.
Whether they are going digital or traditional. These are very, very important things because you do not want to put your brand out there and it's difficult for people to say, oh, why? They have their brand guidelines and they operate by those guidelines.
Interesting. I love the way you always use analogy. I know you said it's quite similar to this question I want to ask because I was thinking about it and I'm like, sometimes when you see some brands, they don't really have that there is no unified perception. When you see them. Like you said, today they are this, tomorrow
Tomorrow
that
they are that,
across.
and
Now, you know that many digital platforms as well as social media platforms as well. So when you go to their website, what you see is different from what you see
so
on
different
their
from the tone.
from what you see on their X page or TikTok or it's not uniform. So how can they ensure that they have that unified voice and perception, creating that image in the minds of their consumers?
Again, that's where storytelling comes in. But apart from storytelling, another thing that we should consider is those who are responsible for putting the messages together, putting the adverts together, and those who are posting online for them. It is important that everyone is on the same page about the vision of the brand. If everyone understands the vision, then it is easy for us to create content that aligns with that vision. But when the videographer or the cinematographer doesn't really understand the vision, the script writer will write a script, the cinematographer will do a different thing, and then when they come on, I'm just using that as an example, and then when they come online, you're saying, wait, I thought this brand is supposed to be cool, yet, or you see that on their homepage they have the Facebook blue color, but when you're seeing their content on like Instagram, you're seeing this color, and you're wondering, do they have two colors? And then you watch again, you see them use green. He was, what is this brand about? You know, and it can create confusion. And when there is confusion, it is difficult for their target audience to connect with them and with the brand. So, yes, storytelling is important, but also ensuring that everyone responsible for doing anything for that brand understands the vision of the brand.
In a nutshell, it is just understanding the vision.
Understanding the vision.
Yes.
Everybody needs to be on the same page about the vision and pushing that vision.
Wow, wow. I believe they are learning so much at this point, because sometimes brands just feel like the main thing is just want to make sales, want to drive sales,
So they just want to post anything.
And at the end of the day, they didn't realize that yes, we are doing everything humanly possible, but
no leads are generated.
Exactly. So that means there are still some gaps at the end of the day. So what are these gaps that need to be bridged between brands and their consumers?
First off, they need to understand their consumers. They need to know who their consumers are, what their consumers want, what their consumers consume. So there's something that I will use X as an example. There's something that X is doing. X has morphed, you know, into something different from what it was when I joined like 13 years ago.
Wow.
Now, I see something that Elon is trying to do. He's trying to take like all of the major strengths of other social media platforms and combining it into X.
Into just one.
Into one. So now, instead of going to LinkedIn to look for jobs, you can look for jobs on X. Instead of typing long form on LinkedIn, you can type long form on X. Instead of posting reels on TikTok, you can post on X to the swipe thing. You just swipe through different videos. Instead of doing what you would do on Facebook, you can do it on X. So what he's doing is he's paying attention to what people on X love. And that is what he's using, or he's capitalizing on to improve X, so to say.
Yes.
Someone posted something, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, you know, where he says that Elon use some words, you know, to describe Elon, and I'm like, it goes beyond that. It goes beyond that. Elon understands that X users thrive on violence.
True. Banters.
They if it's
X
controversial,
is not even for the faint-hearted
at all. If it is not controversial, you know, it won't go far. But let it be, oh, Israel wants to bomb Nigeria. X will push it, you know. So him and his team, they are doing a very good work of understanding what the people on X want. So that is X. If you now look at other platforms, that is how, you know, they are able to capture the minds of people. TikTok will give you, they have what they call For You page. And what does For You do? Whatever content you consume on TikTok, it starts bringing those kind of content, and you start watching and you get carried away. So they are studying their users. Now, a lot of brands, like we said earlier, it's for them, it's just about, I just want to sell. You know, I just want my market to, you don't even know how to reach your target audience. People just feel, Shibi is just to post every day. You know, and they are posting every day, and no sales, what did they happen? You get, so you need to know who your audience is. You need to know where your audience are, your target audience are. You need to know what they want, what they like, and that is where the For You page comes in. It gives you what you like, kind of content you like to consume. If you check my Instagram and discovery page now, what you will see there is food, you will see aircraft, you will see like musical stuff, keyboards and all, you will see cameras. That's what, if I open my For You page,
By the way, I saw the video. You were playing an instrument.
yeah, I play the keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you check my Instagram now, that's what you see my discovery page. Why? Because that is the kind of content I consume regularly. If you check some people, let me give you a story. We were on a meeting. It was a virtual meeting, and then it was to push a brand out. And then one of the men is like, "Oh, why are we putting it on Instagram? Instagram is always showing women wearing brown pants and all of that." Everybody first kept quiet. The man kept hammering, and somebody, one of your guys there, said, "Sir, it will be good if you don't push this further, because where it is going, you won't like it." The man was like, "No, we are not putting which. Why are we using it?" Then the man said, "See, you are the one. It is what you are consuming that Instagram is showing to you. So you are exposing yourself here." Everybody went quiet. That man did not talk again. So these social media platforms are, a very solid example of knowing your consumers or your potential consumers or potential customers, and then tailoring content that they love. So brands too need to adopt that, know who their consumers are, and tailor content for them. The example we used earlier about Rolex wristwatches, you will hardly see Rolex adverts on your Instagram or on your TikTok because you're not following them.
Yes.
You get?
Yes, true.
But you will see other adverts that suit you because of your taste or because of where you are at. Now, the Rolex people will not create that long advert that they post on CNN for us. That's our set, because we are not.
We get there.
We'll get there. You get. But they will tailor the advert such that when the CEO is doing something, writing something down, and he's watching news and multitasking, he sees that advert and he's like,
I need to get this.
I need to get this. Big shots, and he wants to impress them. You understand? So, see, Rolex knows who they are trying to reach and knows where they can reach them. You won't see Rolex advert on NTA. No shade.
Yeah, absolutely, I understand.
Yeah, so that's it. It's about knowing your consumers, knowing where they are, knowing how to reach them, and knowing how to create your story that resonates with them.
Interesting one. You've said a lot, and this is, I mean, every episode of this program is always a masterclass on its own, and you really,
Correct.
among your
Audience.
your consumers. Now let's look at it. You've spent so much on creating awareness, being visible. How do you, as a brand, track that return of investment on campaigns, on the campaign performance, as well as you optimizing spending through digitalization in a way that you don't have to spend so much? And even if you have spent, how do you then know that, okay, we've made profit, okay, or yes, these are the people that we've gained, they've built that trust has been built and all of that?
Okay, so one good thing that a lot of these online platforms have is analytics. You get on X, we see it. If you don't have 5 million impressions, you cannot monetize your X. So if you're interested in monetizing your X, you start wanting to create content that resonate with people of X. You get, and I know you've seen so many things and you're like, on top this X.
Everyone wants to make money.
So there are analytics, and different platforms have their analytics. So it's easy for you to track, this content had 1 million views, and this one had
5 million impressions
or it had less. So what was in that content that is not in this content? Now it now goes back to what we talked about, how data helps us make informed decisions. Now you're seeing the analytics, you're seeing all of this. That one is red, this one is green. Okay, we grew from 1,000 followers to 1,100 with this post, but with this post our followers dropped. You get, and you're now able to go back to the drawing board and say, oh, this didn't work. And now what's it called, running paid ads also has its own analytics too. You know how many people viewed your adverts, you know how many people made purchases based on your adverts. And if nobody made purchases, or if it wasn't really something tangible, you can say, oh, this advert did not work. But it does not mean that all you spent to create the advert has gone to waste. There's what we call repurposing content. We repurpose content. Okay, so maybe we can cut the videos and rearrange them, in the post-production, and then post again. Maybe we can do it with a different kind of caption, because even your caption is important.
Absolutely.
Your caption also tells a story, also tells your brand story. And so brands should capitalize on every avenue that they have a good story. So if you've invested so much into creating content, of course you will expect returns. But then again, sometimes the returns may not come as quickly as you expect. Sometimes it takes time. It takes time. It takes people getting used to that content before they can trust your brand. I mean, when Aproko Doctor started, he didn't start the way he is now.
Absolutely.
He started with his phone, and of course there would be people who would have some, but look at him now. From Aproko Doctor, he now has our doc. You understand? So like I said, one way to track, or one of the major ways to track, is through analytics. Is also through what people are saying. Feedbacks, reviews. What are they saying? What is the message that you're trying to pass across? How are they reacting to that message that you're passing across? Are they understanding it, or are they
it's not relatable to them at all?
Are they dropping? Are you just seeing negative feedbacks? So
you should always work on the feedbacks.
Feedbacks are very important.
Yeah. Wow, thank you very much. I wish we could go on, but everything that has a beginning surely has an end. It has been an interactive and educative session, a powerful masterclass, I would say. So thank you very much, because we called on you and you are here. So this is all we can expound on today's episode of Mind the Gap. It is very important that everything we've discussed here, you maximally use them for your advantage, because if you were to pay for a masterclass, he's a very big man, don't think. Amen, don't worry, that will very, very soon. All right, so do not forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us across all our social media platforms. And remember that your brand needs visibility, and it is all left to you to play the game right. I am Iremofe Koforola, and you can call me the bankable host till I grace your screen next edition. Bye for now.
Hi people, my name is Mo Fakorede and I am a filmmaker and a film director, and you're watching ConsumerHalla TV. ConsumerHalla TV, advocacy, consumer rights, everything that has to do with consumers. On this TV, you'll watch, you'll learn, you'll be educated, and you'll be entertained. Keep watching ConsumerHalla TV.
My name is Olubukola Ozone, a photographer and a social media enthusiast. You're watching ConsumerHalla TV. It's a consumer advocacy TV. If you have a problem, anything, any consumer related problem, just holla at them, just like their name implies, and they're going to get it sorted for you. Keep watching, stay tuned. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, my name is Joba Jalabi. I'm a marketing at Flash Change, a fintech startup. Keep watching ConsumerHalla TV, a consumer advocacy channel.
Hello, my name is Sharon Rotimi. I'm an actor and I am on ConsumerHalla TV. Now, ConsumerHalla TV is a consumer advocacy channel. So if you have any issues, consumer-related issues with brands and services, you can reach out to them and they will be sure to handle it or to cater to you. Thank you so much.
Hi guys, my name is Iyebiye Adeton. I'm a film poster designer and illustrator. This is ConsumerHalla TV. It's a consumer advocacy channel. We show content on consumers-based news, entertainment, and all of that. So I urge you guys to stay tuned to ConsumerHalla TV.
My name is Anoluwapo Alao, a sales consultant for Star Times Nigeria. This is a ConsumerHalla TV, where they discuss anything consumer needs and get knowledge about anything about consumer. So keep watching it.
Hi, my name is Adebola Ogushino. I'm a filmmaker and you're watching ConsumerHalla TV. Any consumer related issues, they've got you.
Hi, my name is Stephen Olorunshisi. I'm a strategy and sales professional currently working with Obey, and you're watching ConsumerHalla TV. I mean, this is one of the channels that you don't want to but stay on. Consumer advocacy, brand promotion, everything consumer, what you need to learn for your business to grow. This is a channel where you learn, where you experience entertainment too, but it's good for businesses, for brands, and for an entrepreneur. If you want to know more about businesses, want to know more about brands, please stay watching. Alright, thank you so much, ConsumerHalla TV. Keep watching.
Hello, good day. My name is Tunde Balogun. I'm the lead pastor at the Kingsborough Church in London. And you're watching ConsumerHalla TV, which is a new initiation into the TV industry in Nigeria, the first of its kind in Nigeria. And I know that it's going to bring value and quality into the service industry. ConsumerHalla TV is here to offer value to service industry and to give a voice to consumers, bring awareness to the brand industry, and also bring education to what it is to have quality for what you paid for. I know that through ConsumerHalla TV, you are going to be able to get what you have paid for quality-wise and also give a voice to you in wherever it is that you do. I am here to support and give a shout out to say that keep watching ConsumerHalla TV and we'll have a better quality for value in Nigeria and in the global space. Please continue to watch ConsumerHalla TV because it is here to make things work better for you. It is on this note that I would like to say a big the chairman and CEO of ConsumerHalla TV, Pastor Tunde Olufowora, and all the staffs of this great organization. Thank you for what you do. You are making things happen for us, and I pray that God bless you. Thank you.
I'm here to give a shout out to ConsumerHalla TV, #1 platform helping you to shop smart, spend wisely, and live better. Anytime you have any kind of issues with your shopping or you want to know a very honest review, please contact ConsumerHalla TV, here to help you. And please join the community where we can all make life easy and better for all of us.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer. And as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
At ConsumerHalla TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHalla TV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHalla TV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHalla TV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHalla TV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHalla TV. At ConsumerHalla TV, you deserve to be heard. At ConsumerHalla TV, you deserve to be heard.
Life is scripted, and the best writers create magical stories. That is why we create magic on Screen Time. Hello lovers of entertainment, it is your favorite show Screen Time on ConsumerHalla TV, where we bring to your screen exclusive interviews, top 5 countdown, new movie release updates, and celebrity of the week. I am Iremofe Koforola, man clothed in wealth and strength. On the show with me is the ever amazingly beautiful birthday girl, Kikelomo Ajibola.
Clock it!
Happy birthday!
Birthday, Nares. If you guys don't know, yesterday was my birthday.
Yeah.
January 25, a queen was born. I'm not going to tell you the year because, oh my god.
You don't need to know. You don't need to know.
Yes,
All
but
the same, I mean, it's so beautiful to see everything you've achieved in the past 1 year. We've
Hey!
been friends now for
4 years or 5 years. I
and
think so.
you know, every year it keeps getting better, just like fine wine. You know?
Yes, so
And that's just. I'm happy
yeah.
for you.
Thank
you know.
you.
So before we go on, I just want to say, what are you most grateful for the past 1 year?
Oh, my life, first of all, and the life of the people around me, because a lot of people died, 2025, and even just this January of 2026. It's just like from one bad news to another. I've not really gotten that from anybody that is a friend, family, or a close one. So I'm really grateful to God for preserving the lives of my, my family, friends, and well-wishers. So yeah, that's what I'm most grateful about.
Once again, happy day, and we
Thank
just have to
you.
keep we have to keep the ground running.
Exactly.
The English was having some command there. All right. So today we shall be exploring the world of filmmaking through the lens of a screenwriter. We all know, just like actors, screenwriters bet the idea of a story. They are as important as crew members in film, television, or any show.
I agree with you, honestly, and they engage the audience with compelling plots, also developing characters with strong what would have happened to stories out there. Yeah, everybody would just be saying, "Oh, I'm a screenwriter. I can write stories," and then just like the issues we're having with YouTube production right now, that people are having issues with all the stories being churned out on there. So the role of a screenwriter is very, very important in whatever we are doing.
And like I just believe, I think many great stories wouldn't have been told without screenwriters, because they bring into reality some of these fresh ideas and make
us, they give us the ability to, explore the world of storytelling.
Yeah.
So today on the show, we bring to your screen a seasoned writer, director, and producer who is the founder of the Crazy Giggle Company. She has been named as one of the 100 most influential people who have contributed to the growth of Nollywood by Why Niger and Ebony Life. Yeah, interesting.
Interesting.
She has created, written, and been head writer for series like Rihanna, Chatham, Diche, Skinny Girl in Transit season 7. I knew we were going to
I
like
love
that.
Skinny Girl in Transit.
And most recently, Be Dazzled. She's the one and only Ifeanyi Barbara Chidi.
Wow, I'm so excited to bring her on the program. She's not here yet, but she's going to be joining us in like a minute's time.
Yeah.
You know now that Skinny Girl in Transit is one of my favorite series in Nigeria. It is just so chic, it's so full of family drama, typical Nigerian life and every other thing. And the word bedazzled, I used to say that if I'm a lover of vintage cars, so I'm like, there's the one car like I call Subaru or Suzuki, I don't know, anyone that that small mini Korokwe car that I'm gonna buy it one day. I'm going to bedazzle it with rhinestones are pink, purple, and then the interior is gonna be purple and everything. People were like, "Are you crazy?" No, I don't know if I know that the bedazzle is going to be. I would have even brought the picture of the car because I had AI make the car for me. I'm like, oh, yeah, I have to show you my intellectual my vision. Yeah, the vision I had in my mind, how I want that car to be bedazzled. So I cannot wait for her to join us on the program because she's such an amazing. I've met her behind the camera. She's a lovely soul. I'm very sure we're going to learn one or two from her today also. But right now we have to go on a short break so that Ifeanyi Barbara and Ifeanyi Barbara Chidi can join us on the program. Let's go on a short break. Don't go anywhere. Alright guys, welcome back to Screen Time on ConsumerHalla TV. And before we went on the break the other time, we said that we'll be having a talented screenwriter on the program this evening. As usual, we have questions and answers, educative moment on the program for us, for this particular person to share with us, and for people that are aspiring to be a screenwriter also to learn one or two things. Ifeanyi Barbara Chidi is the one that we'll be bringing on the program today. Good evening, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. You are a screenwriter for the Nollywood space. The first thing I'm going to ask is, how comfortable is it to actually be in that space when it comes to Nollywood in general?
I'm not sure what you mean by comfortable.
Like you know there's a lot of issues with screenwriters. People always say there is no credit, there is no acknowledgement, stuff like that. So the first question that I would want to ask, because I feel like most people always have issues even sourcing for the names of people that wrote a particular story. It's a lot of struggle. We're looking at screenwriters upstairs today, and like we had to go and be looking for end credit. They were not online. So what do you think about that, and why is that even a problem in the first place?
I feel like there's some neglect when it comes to crediting writers. And one of the reasons I feel that might be is because the writer's job is usually done before production actually starts.
Okay.
So a lot of the time, the writer has done their part of the job.
Okay.
And then the film starts and then the film ends. For some reason, it's not right.
Yes.
But for some reason, producers forget the writer's role in the film. And when they want to credit everybody, they seem to remember the people that they worked with on set.
Okay.
And then they completely forget that somebody worked before everybody came together for the production. And this is not giving them any excuses because it's completely wrong. But I feel that might be a reason that people forget to credit writers. But I know that there's a push, there's a lot of resistance now when you don't see a writer's name on either a poster or a social media post. A lot of writers get into the comment section and start looking for trouble.
Exactly.
Is to ask, who wrote this? If you guys are not going to credit the person that wrote this, we need to know who wrote this.
Who wrote the
so
story?
It's something that we are doing now, where we're trying to push for more visibility for writers in Nollywood.
Yeah, because I agree with you with the poster stuff. Before Nollywood became YouTube, this big screen, whatever. Before, if you buy a cassette of CD, you will see the name of the writer on the cassette. So why is it now that we have the global stage, and then you're not putting the writer's name on it? It's very sad that you have to look and look and look before you see a particular writer. And we have beautiful stories online. You have to give credit to people that wrote that particular story. So I agree with you.
Okay, just to add to what you said, and this is in form of a question too, because I believe, like you said most times the writers, their job mostly ends before production.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, when probably during the post-production and everything, they try they just neglect them. So how can a writer, because I've seen cases like that whereby somebody says, oh, this wasn't the way I wrote the story. At the end of the day, there was a tweak, there was a twist in it, and it's your creative idea.
Yes.
And you came up with that beautiful story. Then at the end of the day, something was done to it and all that. Then why is it that the writer's job ends at pre-production? How can the writer ensure that with other departments,
stories.
even not just because sometimes we see beautiful stories,
Yeah.
then the way it is portrayed, or the direction, poor directing, or you see the cinematography or costume, it does the writer.
Yeah,
So
I
how
can't
can
imagine.
the writer ensure that, okay, even if I'm not on set, how can I ensure that everything works in line with the story, everything?
So the best way a writer can protect themselves is the contract. Now, if your contract specifically states that you can't tweak this work I've given you without speaking to me first, because there are some producers who know that they should tweak, that they can't tweak without speaking to the writers, but some producers don't know that. So if you specify in your contract protects you from everything, from payments, from credit. You can even state in your contract how you want to be credited, where you want to be credited, on your poster, on your, so these things are possible in contract, but a lot of people
don't know that.
Don't know that you can actually put it in the contract. So if you put it in your contract that your producer has to speak to you before tweaking. Now, you might not agree with the tweaks, but you are aware of the tweaks. So your producer has to
It's a clause.
Yes, it's a clause in your contract. Your producer has to speak to you before making tweaks to your original work. You are protected on all fronts. You can no longer say, oh, I didn't know. And if your producer doesn't do that, they're in breach of your contract.
Exactly.
So it would make people sit up and be firmer in
and
how
and accountable for their actions.
Yes, in how they approach this kind of work.
Yes, excuse me, something came to mind, because when she was saying a lot of things, just Nigeria is just filled with a lot of drama when it comes to creative space, and this is not to bash anybody, but just to say that sometimes you have a particular writer, same story for like 4 producers.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, there's a breach of contract.
It's just bad behavior. It's just bad behavior. I brought it up recently I was having a conversation with the president of the Screenwriters Guild, and there was one particular incident that was clear. A writer gave her script to 2 producers on YouTube, and she got caught. It's bad behavior.
Oh my god, a lot of it is on YouTube.
It's just bad behavior. It's bad behavior
Alright, good evening and welcome to the news highlights on ConsumerHalla TV. I am Kike Lomo Ajibola. The first highlights this evening. The federal government has honored 12 teachers from across the country with national awards, reaffirming its commitment to strengthening the education sector through improved welfare, incentives and professional development for teachers. Now, the Lagos Water Corporation has announced a temporary disruption in water supply to several parts of the Lagos metropolis to allow for critical repair and replacement works at the Adiyan 1 water treatment plant. And now the federal government has allocated 580 million naira for the procurement of chillers and software upgraders at airport. This forms part of the total budget of 87.3 billion naira earmarked for the aviation industry in the 20th budget. Away from that now, discussions over oil exploration in Ogun State took a new turn on Sunday as the Molokun of Atijiri Kingdom in the Ilaje local government area of Ondo State, Oba Samuel Adeoye declared that Eba, where oil exploration is proposed, belongs to his kingdom. Nigeria and Turkey have stepped up moves to deepen military and defense collaboration following high-level talks between the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tugar, and his Turkish counterpart, Hakan Fidan, in Ankara. The talks held ahead of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's state visit to Turkey also focused on strengthening political, economic, security, and multilateral cooperation. Chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee, Taiwo Oyedele, says Nigerian workers are beginning to see higher take-home pay following a reduction in pay-as-you-earn deductions under the country's newly implemented tax laws. Oyedele stated this in a post on X on Monday, citing feedbacks from employees who have received their January 2026 salaries. Another major highlight this evening, the Nigerian Naira exhibited various response patterns amid the US dollar's weakening in the global market. The Naira has shown little to no improvement and have weakened in some sessions when the US dollar has weakened overall. Declines in the dollar index caused by anticipated changes in Fed policy. The Nigeria Customs Service has recorded a major revenue milestone in 2025, generating a total of 7.281 trillion naira, marking one of its strongest financial performances in recent years. And now, in a push on local content, Dangote Cement PLC has inducted almost 200 newly trained engineers and professionals into its workforce after the completion of its 18-month graduate trainee program. In a statement, the company said many of the graduates have already been integrated into its operations in Nigeria and other African countries, positioning them up for long-term leadership roles within the group. Away from that now, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has congratulated Chevron Nigeria Limited, operator of the NNPC Limited/CNL joint venture, on the successful completion of the Awodi 07 appraisal and exploration well located in the shallow offshore western Niger Delta. Nigeria's money supply grew by 1.2% month-on-month to 124.4 trillion naira in December 2025 from 122.9 trillion naira the previous month. This is contained in Central Bank of Nigeria CBN money and credit statistics released over the weekend. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has ruled that any computer-based test center whose registration activities cannot be monitored remotely will not be allowed to participate in the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination registration. Moving away from that now to another news highlight here this evening. The federal government has congratulated Nollywood actress and filmmaker Funke Akindele on the record-breaking performance of her latest movie, Behind the Scene, at the box office. In a statement posted on its X handle on Monday, the National Orientation Agency described Akindele's achievement as a major boost for Nigeria's creative industry and a testament to the growing global acceptance of Nigerian stories. According to the agency, Behind the Scenes has officially crossed 2.4 billion naira at the Nigerian box office, making history as the first Nollywood ever film to hit the 2 billion naira mark. And lastly, before we go this evening, congratulations are in order for Nollywood actress, filmmaker and producer Toyin Abrahams over Sabi Auntie crossed the 1 billion naira mark at the Nigerian box office, reinforcing her status as one of the industry's most bankable creative figures. This is according to report by West African distributor Film One Entertainment on X. All right, now, thank you so much for listening to us on the news today on ConsumerHalla TV. Thank you so much for also staying connected all through to us at the studio. Please to stay connected and to see us tomorrow morning back here again at 8 o'clock a.m. Please follow us across all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and on YouTube at ConsumerHalla TV. Subscription is absolutely free. I am Kikelomo Ajibola. Good night.
The writers, because the producers are not aware that you've sold the script
Before to somebody.
Yeah, so it's bad behavior. It's people trying to get away with lawlessness, and unfortunately it seems to be the culture. And this is me bashing the whole of Nigeria. It seems to be, it seems to be the culture of the people. Now, if it happens, right? You're sitting in traffic, there's a red light, and somebody drives. We are all waiting for the red light, and somebody drives past because they want to beat the red light.
Yes.
It's a pervasive bad, like we are badly behaved.
Like it's like imbued. Like you don't even see the need that you are totally wrong.
Yes, and
why?
And the reason for me is because there is no punishment. So once, I think there was a time there were cameras around traffic lights.
Yeah, there's one here.
And Lagosians,
they still do that.
Lagosians
stopped a bit
because there was a time I was driving. I think I was driving my car without insurance, and I got a text message.
A ticket.
They charged me 20k.
Yeah, 20k.
I would never do it again. Like I knew my insurance had expired. I would never do it again. So there's a thing about punishment for bad behavior that makes people just align. So
very
if
true.
writers know that if I sell my work to 4 different producers, the money that I made from that, if they sue me,
you
I
pay
would
more than
spend
that.
100% more than
No more than that.
I would refrain from bad behavior. So
Yeah.
I feel like we live in a society where there's no punishment, and if there's punishment, people will align.
I agree with you. But before we actually leave this conversation, because this is one of the most interesting conversations that people have most. I watched a TikTok video. I told you that a lady actually came out. She reviews films on, we have a lot of self-acclaimed reviewers online. So she was even talking particularly to producers on YouTube that, can you guys stop churning out movies just anyhow? We have hundreds of films, let me say hundreds, like far-fetched, 10 movies every week on YouTube, and then out of those 10, 5 is similar to each other, and some of them they're not worth our time. Okay, we're not going to go and watch a movie with money, but I'm using my data. MTN is expensive. Can you guys please tell your scriptwriter to do better? And I'm like, it may not even, just like he said sometimes, that it may be the work of the producers to tweak a lot of things, and then the movie would probably not make sense. I'm thinking, how can a script writer, you're a professional script, you sit down and you write this kind of story, and you didn't feel like there were some things missing in the story?
I have a comeback for that.
So it's always very, very.
I have a comeback.
Okay, it's
I'm
always
here
very,
to defend.
Okay,
scriptwriters.
so it's always very, very funny how it is. And I absolutely, we've had a lot of people on the program that they will say, no, everybody have their own sole job. It's just little things that bring you guys to. It is more of a collaborative effort. You will see how beautiful it will come out. You can't tell me that the director is the only one that has his soul to say on a particular subject. That is why some of these things are having, issues.
She has a comeback for you.
Let's come back.
So about the quality of films you see on YouTube sometimes, in every industry in the world, there are different tiers of filmmaking. So even in Hollywood, there are some films you watch on. So there's the A tier, there's the B tier, there's
the C tier.
Yes, so there are some
There's
films.
S.
There are some films you watch on Hallmark or some other channels on TiVo. You're like, okay, this is not particularly, and then you can't compare that film to Avengers.
Yeah, obviously.
So in Nollywood, just as in Hollywood, there are different tiers of filmmaking. So you can't complain. You have a right to complain as a consumer, but you need to know what you are going in for. Hallmark movies, for example, it's about a city girl goes to a small town and falls in love. Every single film is the same theme.
Yes.
Christmas movies, you go to Netflix and watch a lot of Christmas movies. They all feel alike. We watch them for the enjoyment of them.
Yeah, feel good movies.
Yes, feel good movies.
I said a lot of that. I'm a fan of feel good movies. I don't care whatever anybody has to say.
And you know they're going to fall in love, but you watch it.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the film, okay, these people are going to fall in love, but you're watching for the how. You're watching for the experience.
Yeah,
right?
for the fun of it.
Exactly. And you can't compare a feel good movie that you're just watching for the experience on like a Hallmark to a film like Materialist that you went to watch in the cinema. So when we come to these movies on YouTube in particular, I know that we are using YouTube right now to rate the whole industry, but
that's actually very, very unfair.
Yes, it's unfair.
It's unfair
because you cannot compare a film,
very different,
a low budget film on YouTube to a film you are watching in the cinema. If you watch a film in the cinema and you complain, you have every right to complain because you've spent your money. You've bought popcorn. You transported yourself to the cinema.
Yes, so 15,000.
Your friends, you paid for them.
They gave you a promise when you watched the
You left your house, so
yes, they told you the first epic, the global something. They sold it to you, and you went to the cinema. If you do not have a good experience, feel free
to
them complain. Exactly. Name them. But if you watch a film on YouTube, my dear.
No, I actually feel like, no, honestly, I used to tell people something that I do agree with you, and I agree with her because I'm a lover of YouTube films. I love YouTube films. So the thing about it is that, like, I always tell people that choose a particular channel that you feel produce the best for you. True. Don't watch everything on YouTube. And in our own in our own view is the fact that some views just don't cut right for even YouTube standard. They should not be on YouTube. Honestly, I feel like you just want to put out something, and because we have a lot of channels, like hundreds of Nollywood channels on YouTube, and then you guys, some of them, like 90%, 70% of those channels do not even bring films that even the olden days Nollywood time. There are better films from that time compared to them. So that's where she is coming from. So in that aspect, I don't think anybody in their right frame of mind would actually compare a YouTube film to a cinema movie. That's they send millions of naira for that one, like hundreds in millions and hundreds.
You also make a good point, because the thing about watching on TV or on YouTube now is that the consumer has the right to change the channel.
Yeah, exactly. Just have your own preference. I have people that
you have your voice.
I have people that I know that there is no way their movie would be. They don't bring one bad movie. I have people that if I go to their channel, Chini Love, she brings mostly love, faith, like faith based. Like I love her stories. Biado Stephen, she brings a lot of beautiful stories. We have Omoni Oboli. Watch these people. Don't be telling me because you went to go and watch one YouTube, they are already rating everything. No, why are you watching YouTube? They make me look like I am jobless for watching a YouTube production. So it's always like that. That people actually should know that it's not always the fault of this. Like you said earlier on, the budget for YouTube is way different, and even the time they use in shooting it is way lesser than cinema. The cinema they can use 3 months, but YouTube sometimes 5 days, and they're ready to do production. So I feel like we should be more appreciative of them rather than just, but she in her own right is like, MTN is expensive. If I buy 2 gig, 3.2 gig, I can only watch one film. Why are you now making me? And for someone like me, even if a movie is bad, I must watch it to the end. I can't start a movie and not finish it. It makes me feel like my whole day is ruined. If I start a movie, I must finish. Some people are like that. Some people can easily just, like you now, if a movie is bad, you can easily just say, I'm not watching it anymore. Let me move to another one. But for me, I'll probably give it a benefit of that. Say, okay, maybe some way, somehow, maybe it's just drag in the beginning. Maybe it will make sense. That's how I give grace to productions. But honestly, screenwriters, they are not just a small role. They don't have just a small role. They have one of the most biggest role. So I wonder why it is just pre-production that they stop their role. I don't know why it doesn't continue.
It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
Right. So there, I have the privilege of working in television, and in television, the script writer, the writer, the head writer's role continues through the production.
Yeah.
Because people on production are always calling to check, did we do this right? This thing that you wrote, is it the right thing we are doing? Is it the right thing we are translating? And that has been a great experience for me. And I think that should translate to other productions as well.
Exactly.
Because the writer is like the engine room of your production.
Period.
It's what they have written that you are now translating.
Period.
So you have to clear stuff with them to find out if you are translating this story in the best way possible that these writers have written down, or if you have another idea, run it by the writer. Sometimes they would see your idea. If ego isn't playing a game, sometimes they'll see your idea and realize, it's better than what I have down. Yes, let's do it like that. And it has happened a lot of times. So I'm hoping that moving forward
we would do better.
Yes.
I mean, nobody's an island of knowledge. Just like she said, you can have you may not be want to pen down stuff, but you may have a vision in your head and say, let's do it. I feel like writers are supposed to work with costumiers. I feel like writers are supposed to work with the directors to know exactly what is. Clothes interpret role. People don't understand all of those things. Makeup interpret role.
You are very right.
So those people don't understand why it's like that. So a lot of people come here and they will say, no, the director is different. I'm like, why is it like that? Collaborative effort pays more.
Film is collaborative.
Thank you very much.
You said a whole lot, and I'm just interested, because I might have a story and I might not necessarily know how to write. And because your portfolio, when I was looking, I was like, this is so interesting. I mean, you worked on a lot of projects. I'm like, this is so nice. So I mean, and I've watched some of your projects, amazing productions, I must say.
Thank you.
And really, you are such a powerhouse. Let me put it that way.
Thank you.
So let's look at it. Yes. You've created shows.
Yes.
There are some that you're just writer, some you are the head writer and all that. So let's see, like how I was giving the analogy that, okay, I want to have a story, then I probably do not know how to bring it to life. Then I just tell you, because sometimes I see story by
screenplay, like
all of those things. So now then how do I like really come to you? Because I know that you do fantastic job at the end of the day. Writers, they do that. Then how do I come to you in such a way that you are able to describe the scene, you are able to, you know, the dialogue, everything, it's well,
my vision,
you know, it's fresh and it looks so like better than what I just told you. Like, this is the idea, and you really bettered that in a very beautiful way. How do you do that?
How do I change your idea into
Yes, I'm asking generally, yes, for screenwriters now, because I know that someone might just have the idea
and come talk to you
yes,
about
and
it.
come to you about, oh, this is the idea. Just tells you just more or less like synopsis of what the story is all about. Then you come out with that
Build it
full
up.
script.
How?
Yes.
I think it's a mixture of talent and skill. Right? So writing can be formulaic sometimes. So you can give me an idea and you're just telling me a story idea, but in my head, I've started to put structure to it. So one of the things I learned very early in writing was structure. So I know, like, let's, for example, use the example of a nursery rhyme. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. If you come to me with Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water, Jack fell down and broke his crown, you've told me Jack and Jill went up the hill. My brain is already saying, why did they go up the hill? That adds to the story. My brain is saying, what do they need water for? That adds to the story.
Where's the hill?
Where is the hill? What is on the hill?
So it's WHO.
My brain is saying, who pushed them? Because he just fell down. If somebody pushed them, that adds to the story. So there's a villain in the story that pushed them. So somebody pushed Jack. If my brain goes, what if Jill pushed Jack?
Wow. It could be a twist.
It could be a twist.
You see that? Even right now, she's already writing.
What's the relationship between Jack and Jill? And if Jill pushed Jack, why did she fall? Did she pretend to fall so that nobody suspects her?
Wow.
So
a lot of those elements.
Exactly. So if you fill up and the rudimentary journalistic questions are who, what, why, when, how, right? So if you fill up those questions, before you know it, you have a fuller story. And it takes talent to be able to fill that up, and then it takes the skill and the know-how to know that, to ask those questions.
That's true.
So that you can fill up the story.
Interesting. I love that.
Very simple.
Interesting.
Very clear. I'm telling you.
So
very
I
clear.
just said that now, you know, people say, I watched that movie, it was a bad story. I watched this one, it was a great story, it was appealing. You understand? So what then makes a bad story? What makes a good story? You understand? Because if every writer should, you know, employ all of these things into their writing, I believe they should have a very beautiful story.
I may not be able to answer what makes a bad story, but I can tell you what makes a good story.
Okay.
So a good story is one that answers certain questions. So, for example, a good story will be intriguing. It would be fascinating. It will be entertaining. A good story,
inquisitive, I think so too.
answers who, what, when, why,
and
how. A good story keeps you captivated.
Yes,
So a good story is so there's a phrase that I learned. It says something is happening to someone. So something fascinating is happening to someone fascinating using fascinating methods.
Oh.
So whatever is happening in your story has to be engaging, interesting. Your character that the thing is happening to has to be engaging, interesting. Now, the way the thing is happening, the way the fascinating thing is happening, has to be engaging, interesting. So once you put these three things in place, good story.
Thank you. And I think you know what from what she just said, I know what makes a bad story.
It has answered.
It has answered everything, though. What makes a bad story? I already know it. Character development makes a bad story. With the way people put in.
Are you sure you don't want to come and work on this side?
So it's always very funny how people always just blame everything. You can't say it's just the screenwriter's fault alone that makes the story a bad story. It may also be from the production angle. That makes it bad. It may be from the tweaking, from them saying, oh no, the writer wrote this. Why did you not call the writer to say, why exactly did you have this kind of vision in your storyline? So these are things that like I said, collaborative efforts will make a better storyline for Nollywood space instead of just saying one person is just this person.
Okay. Now let's talk about the challenges writers might have, and I know one of such is writer's block. Sometimes you are just working on a project and you don't even know how to continue. You are just like stuck in a way, and at the end of the day, I know research is there, all of those things, but what are some of the challenges that writers might face in this climb? You understand? Because sometimes some people tell you, hey, we are nowhere paid. Apart from the fact that you are attributed for what you have done, then you did your part. Then and some people will even come online and say they are still being owed for a particular project. So what are some of the challenges that you face generally now as screenwriters?
Okay, speaking on writer's block, I haven't had the privilege of being blocked because I always have deadlines. So you can't discipline is very, very important in TV writing because you can't tell the producers that you have writer's block when they are waiting to shoot episode 132 and you can't tell them you're wasting money. Production is so for a couple of years I didn't have
writer's block.
I couldn't afford to have writer's block. So I believe in discipline. Yes, sometimes you can be blocked. Like I was very, very moved when Chimamanda said that the reason she didn't write for more than a decade was because she just couldn't. She had writer's block, and I understood it because she was also going through grief. So when it now comes to challenges, because I just wanted to do is an aside about writer's block. When it comes to challenges that writers face, there are quite a bit. I would talk about the environment, right? Sometimes, and this is going back to a personal story, when I first started writing in this industry more than a decade ago, somebody came to me and said they wanted to do a Pan-African film. And he did it though. It was a film that they shot in Nigeria, they shot in Ghana, they shot in Sierra Leone and Cote d'Ivoire. Ivory Coast. And I was very excited to write it because he was paying me in dollars because it was an international project. But when we finished the negotiations and we discussed, I wrote part 1. They really liked part 1. They shot it. While they were still shooting, they said I should write part 2 because it was really good. I wrote part 2. When it now came to collecting money.
For part 2?
Even for part 1.
For part 1?
Part 1's money was not even complete. And this was a time where to get dollars, you need to go to the bank to do money transfer. So I would go to he would say, oh, the money is there. Go to GTB. GTB, Allen. Go to GTB. So, okay, can I call your name? Anyway,
you can.
Go to the bank. The money is there. I'll go to the bank. I'll be sitting down. I'll go to the counter. The woman will say, there's no money arrived for you. I'll go back. I'll sit down. I'll call him. Be like, oh, it hasn't gotten there. Oh, just wait 30 minutes. I will be at the bank. They'll now say, come tomorrow. I'll not come tomorrow. Anyway, of the money that we negotiated at the time, I think it was 150,000 naira or 100,000. I can't remember. But I remember that the only money I got from writing part 1 and 2 was 16,000 naira.
16,000 naira.
Yes, from his first dollar transfer.
16,000 naira.
16,000 naira. I quit writing.
Because of that?
Yes, and I went back to, I think this was when I went back to go and do my master's because I was like, my education was too expensive.
For that, exactly.
My education was too expensive. So sometimes, right?
No.
You meet dishonest producers, right? You meet dishonest producers who promise you the world before you come on their project. Now, one of the things that can help that is an enforceable contract. I always go back to writers should have a lawyer that can write letter. You need an enforceable contract such that if payments are not being paid as at when due, you can activate your lawyer. Other challenges would come from what I ordered versus what I got, which is what I wrote versus what they produced. And this happens quite a bit. I remember going to the cinema with a friend of mine who had written a film. A bunch of us went to the cinema. He had to sit in our middle and start saying, this scene that you're watching, this is not what I wrote. So what I wrote.
Oh my God.
And he was explaining for every scene in the film, which was very painful.
Oh,
because you are putting effort to
sit
write
down to
a
write.
film, and then on set they have changed everything. Without letting you know.
Not even one, almost everything.
They changed almost everything, and it happens quite a bit where writers, they are quiet when their film comes out because it's not what they wrote. That's a huge
Then at the end
challenge.
of the day, we blame them not knowing that.
Exactly what I'm saying.
It's a huge challenge in our industry, which is why I said producers and directors need to see writers as collaborators.
Exactly.
So even if you don't think what your writer wrote made sense, the writer is a writer for a reason. If you have a new idea, speak to your writer. If they can formulate it in a way
that will work in line with what they have written.
That works in line with what you are seeing in your vision as the director or as a producer, then we can have a better film. But if you alienate them and think, okay, I want to change the color of this woman's shirt to red, right? But in the script it's blue. And there's a reason it's blue in the script, because at the end of the film, maybe somebody's supposed to rescue the woman in blue and they make a call and say,
blue.
Rescue the woman in blue.
That happens a lot.
You have changed that thing to red. It affects the film at the end of the day, but because you don't have the total vision that the writer had, you change it and then it turns your film upside down.
Oh, wow.
And at the end of the day, we all have regrets.
He's a screenwriter.
And they blame
because
the
story. It's the story now.
The story is bad.
Yeah. The actors tried, but it's the story that is bad.
So we have quite a bit. We have quite a bit to battle.
There is a particular one that I want to mention about. A lot of writers and people that are aspiring to be writers come online to say, "Oh, I shared a script with a producer. They went outside to give the right to another person and kind of tweak it, but the story is still similar to mine." What can that particular writer do? Because if I have a manuscript in my hand that look exactly like it, and I have like screenshots of the day I sent it to you before you shot your particular movie, I feel like it's a form of, what will I say? How would I say it in
plagiarism?
Yeah, and it's a betrayal in a way, because I trusted you to share the script with you to just make you feel like if you can work with me, why would you now go and do exactly what I sent to you with somebody else? Why not me?
So again, even if you're a young writer, please be protected. Protect yourself before you share stuff. So there are things people share now. A non-disclosure agreement is an NDA. It's a simple contract. If you're going to share your script, some people, some young writers sent me a document recently, and they were like, "Oh, please, ma, will you sign an NDA?" And I was laughing because I know why they're afraid to
just share. Yeah,
but that's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. Some producers will be like, "Oh, how dare you ask me to sign an NDA?"
I feel like that's what shut them out most times.
Who are you to ask me to sign an NDA? Okay, don't send me your script. And there's the fear that this big producer
is rejecting,
will not take my script because I'm saying sign an NDA. But an NDA is very important. It protects you. It protects you from your complaints later that, oh, my lead character was Ada. They changed their own to Dada. But it's still
the same thing. Yeah.
Right? So you are protected by contracts, NDAs. Protect yourself. It's very important.
Everything rises and falls on contracts.
Contracts, exactly.
In this case.
And don't say that contract doesn't work, because I feel like a lot of people have that opinion that it doesn't really protect me in Nigeria. It does protect you.
It does.
It does protect you.
Let's before we allow you go, because this has been a masterclass and I've learned so much. Like I've learned so much.
So another thing, you can also trademark your script.
Oh
yes,
wow.
You can. Yes, you can trademark your script.
People
need to learn how the law works. So speak to a lawyer. Your script is intellectual property.
Yes.
So speak to a lawyer and get your scripts trademarked. If your scripts are trademarked, then nobody can
do anything. Oh,
okay.
That's very good.
Trademark, I want to talk about royalties in the industry, because that's another thing.
God,
because I think most times
you guys brought me here to attack me.
No, because most times are the receiving end.
Because we hear a lot of things. Nobody paid me 20,000 naira for a particular masterpiece. I'm like, why exactly?
And most times it's just like after I've paid you, then any other
payment.
It's out of the way. And so why is it like that?
Unfortunately, right now in our industry, we haven't grown enough to pay royalties. But yes, we are due royalties.
Okay.
We are due royalties, but it's not a system that has been established in Nollywood yet. And I'm hoping that we get there
very soon.
Very soon. Because writers in Nigeria are due royalties. Like you would hear that they are still paying people that wrote, for example, Secrets of the Sand.
Yes.
Secrets of the Sand shows.
They're still paying them.
Yeah.
Anywhere in any country,
they have a particular percentage from that money.
Yes. And I'm hoping I'm really hoping and praying that our industry gets
because
very
a lot of people will say you've already sold your story because you collected money, and I'm like, yes, it's my job, I'm supposed to be paid for it, but I want to know the difference between, is it true that people sell the story off totally, or is that why the royalties?
Different types of contracts.
Okay,
there are different types of contracts. Some you sell off your rights. Some you get paid for the story.
But you still have your rights.
You keep your rights, exactly. You keep your rights and you get paid for the story.
Okay.
So they're different. It depends on what you're able to negotiate.
It is to get paid and still have my rights.
Yes, some producers don't agree.
I feel like that's the most sensible, because they know you would want to claim benefit to it later on. That's why they would always say that.
Seriously.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about your projects. I mean, we've talked about screenwriting.
Yes, so
let's talk about your fresh and interesting recent project, Bedazzled. So yeah, what really inspired that story? Because you wrote it and you also directed it. So how was it like writing and directing,
Okay, so it was really fun. When I was writing Bedazzled, I really wanted it to be a fun project. A lot of the stories I tell tend to be at some points dark. Where people die, people cry, and a lot of. So
it's them. I don't make us cry.
I write a lot of dramas, and people do end up crying when they watch stuff that and that has been happening for years.
Oh
so
my God!
Something
came to my head right now, but it's okay. I'll let you finish.
Don't fight.
No.
So when I was writing Bedazzled, I really wanted it to be light, comedic, fun. Like I wanted people to laugh, to
enjoy themselves. Yeah, relax.
So the whole story was about everybody has had a crush, right, on somebody that in your mind you're just being delusional.
Hey,
like,
Kim,
the guy smiled at you today in your mind. You're like, he likes me. So I wanted to tell a story that just people could resonate with, like. No matter how old you are, you've experienced it. You've had a crush. In fact, if you're old, you're remembering those stupid days.
It's gonna be that mini little you. It's gonna just
it will remind you, take you on a trip of just remembering how silly you were when you really liked somebody. And that was the whole idea, to write it and to infuse it with fun, laughter, also to infuse it with girl friendship. So a lot of the times when you hear stories of somebody has a crush on my boyfriend. A lot of the times you hear stories of the girl fighting the other girl.
Why?
And to me, I was like, can't we tell this story in a very differently?
Exactly.
So I wanted to attempt that. I wanted to talk about girl friendships, the solid ones.
Yes, thank you very much.
The very idea that if this man was not in the middle of us, we might actually be cool. We might actually be friends. If this man wasn't causing problems, let's move him to the side. You and me, let's just.
Thank you very much.
The man has been moved.
Thank you. When I watch, a lot of that happened, but people don't tend to tell that one. They tend to always portray it as the girl always have to fight. I watched a particular movie on YouTube. I think it was called Best Friends. I cannot remember. It was Miwa Olorunfemi and I think John. Ekanem. Yeah, it was there, and one other lady. She's doing well, and it was about two friends that really, really do love each other. And people will have thought that because there's a guy in the picture, they are going to be fighting. And it was it was different from whatever anybody was.
And that's
very, very it was really interesting. It shows us that girls do have beautiful relationships. They always portray guys don't fight. Guys always have cool thing. Guys, and then we watch Ebuka Johnny Africa with them Timini and everything, and everybody was throwing stone basketballs and we were like, what's going on? So it's always very, very funny that we tend to write stories like that.
So the idea is to show different perspectives.
I love that. And thank you for bringing the fact that you always like to write stories that make people.
It's time for you to attack
because Skinny Girl is so much. I'm like, no, what exactly is going on with my Mohammed? I don't understand what is going on. So it was a lot of emotions with Skinny. I think I've not finished watching Skinny Getting Trashed because I was really angry with a lot of things. I'm like, what is going on? It was interesting. It gives it a different spice from just normal. We're always laughing with Mama Tiwa and every other thing with season 1, but season 7 was like a very hard pill to swallow. And I said, I'm not going to finish it until you people produce season 8. I cannot wait and see where Tiwa and her man is having their this thing. No, I'm not going to. But it's always very nice. I feel like a lot of people like dark stories. Yes. Because people always say not everything is a bed of roses. You cannot say happy ending every time. We can't always have happy ending. Even in life, you have
ups and downs.
Yeah, ups and downs. So dark stories are nice too. But for people that love rom-com, for people that love love, please give us fun. Let us just have
fun. We'll try. So my idea is to create a balance between the stories that go. So not all my stories, so let me not misrepresent myself here. A lot of my stories have happy endings. I mean, even though they go through, and that's how life is. They go through the ups and downs and the turmoils, but a lot of the time they do end up happy.
Thank God. Please let us be happy now. Nigeria has already had enough. I can't be watching a movie that will making me cry every time. So I feel like we that is just life. And some people watch movies and genuinely want to pick a fight with the writer and say, why exactly would you write this particular story like this? And I think we spoke about royalties. I think we should talk about the award, the recognition. Now,
thankfully, at least you've gotten some of your projects have gotten recognition and all that. So because I still think in a way that there's room for more recognition.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so, because sometimes you see that okay, in this category this movie was nominated, then when it comes to probably the story at the end of the day,
it's not nominated.
It's not nominated, and it's a fantastic story. So yet you go online, you read different comments. People are like, they have beef with the writer. That is why this and that. Yes, you know X is another thing. You see a lot of comments and all that. But for me, maybe I was just thinking with the ones I've seen. I think in a way, or would you agree or not, that writers are being recognized when it comes to awards?
I have an opinion when it comes to that. I don't think we have enough award shows.
Yes.
In Nigeria. So right now, some of our major awards are the AMAs and the AMVCs. I feel like it might be time for, and it takes a lot of money. It actually takes a lot of financing, but it might be time for other bodies to start looking for how to create
another set of award
recognition patterns for other people. And if we can just create all these awards, so that you're not just waiting until you receive an AMVC or you're waiting until you receive an AMA before you feel validated in the industry.
Exactly.
For example, I feel like the YouTube films, if they can create their awards,
I think Omoni started one.
It will be a great thing for them because they're in a category of their own.
That's very
nice. So just as we have the Golden Globes, we have the Spirit Awards, we have the Oscars, so we can also have these little
awards,
and then given time they will get to a place of proper recognition.
I agree with you. I agree with you, honestly. I do agree with you.
It's a whole lot, and I just believe we get there.
By God's grace, please, let's get there fast.
So
let's move
right
to the good
now,
part.
we've like gisted. I just see that this
I
is
enjoyed
a
this. I did.
a beautiful
I
conversation. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have you here. Thank you for the masterclass.
Yes.
Thank you for everything you've said. I've learned a whole lot, and I'm quite sure aspiring writers too.
Pick one or two.
I believe they can follow you on your social media platform.
Yes. So
would you want to share?
The Ifeanyi Chidi on Twitter, the Ifeanyi Chidi on Instagram.
So it's only just those two.
Yes. And then they can check out my YouTube channel, because there's Please Out here on my YouTube channel, so they can check out the Crazy Google. There's a show.
Okay. That's
so the Crazy
nice.
Google is the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Check out.
And I think I saw a video of you with Yinka Ogun or
Yes, that was a conversation we had on Ndani.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Ndani.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really inspiring.
Yes. If you're an aspiring writer, an established writer, or you're just thinking of getting into the business, that's a conversation you should
listen to. Yeah. And
Thank
also
you
this
so
one.
much. Thank you so much. Because you're right. I just want to ask this now. If your life were to be a story right now,
What would it be?
What would it be? In one word.
In one word. Give
Just
us a
one word.
title.
Drama. So I should give you a title of the
Yes.
film?
Yeah, of the story. Just
Of
give us
what
the
your
story.
life would have been right now.
Sentence: The Curious Case of Ifeanyi Babachide.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
I think I look forward to watching that.
I would want to watch that.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for staying tuned. I mean, it is not the end of the show,
No.
but it's just a segment of it. And
Yes.
we are going to other segments right now. But go nowhere. We are still here with you on Screen Time on ConsumerHalla TV.